Yo guys, what's going on? Got an awesome Lucemon deck profile for you guys. This is kind of like a Lucemon Turbo Purple Yellow hybrid, just really inspired by the Fallen Angel himself. This guy's super cool, especially working with cards like Masnamon and Anubismon, and there's just so many awesome cards in Great Legend that I wanted to try out, so here you guys go. This is a work in progress. I'll probably post an updated version of this, maybe a yellow-purple hybrid, or maybe just like a pure yellow, pure purple. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so starting off with the level 3s for purple, I am playing a pretty standard lineup, playing 4 Tapirmon, 4 Gabumon, and 4 Impmon. The reason I chose these 3 instead of cards like Skymon or any other purple rookies is because, of course, Tapirmon's awesome. He lets you draw a card, and playing this with Anubismon, where you get to bring it back and, attack again, potentially draw another card, is just really good. Gabumon has that similar effect where you're just trying to dig through your deck, draw as many cards as possible, but he also lets you put cards in your trash, which is really awesome. So it works very well with your champions down here, who I'll get to in a second, and just a solid overall inherited effect. And then Impmon, I'm not actually playing Beelzemon in this deck. However, I feel like Impmon is necessary in this specific version I'm playing because this deck is very reliant on having 10 or more cards in your trash, and Impmon is one of those cards that can get you cards in your trash very quickly. Every time he is deleted, you get to trash the top 3 cards of your deck. So I think Impmon is a staple in this specific version. And then moving on to the yellow level 3s, I am playing 3 copies of Bushi Agumon. This guy is very interesting. He is a 5 to play level 3, so that's like terrible. You don't ever want to play this card like straight from your hand. However, there are multiple ways to get him from the trash and not use his actual play cost, get him for free. He has the rush ability, which basically means he gets to attack the turn he is played. Normally Digimon are not allowed to attack at the turn they are played, except for specific cards that have this rush ability. He's one of the few cards out of BT4, which is the first time we are seeing this ability that has this effect, and it is just super good. The fact that you can surprise your opponent with a rookie that can just attack the turn it is played off of so many effects, right? You have so many recursion effects in this deck. It's just scary, gets you offensive presence on the field. And that same idea is behind Lucemon. Now, Lucemon, while he is a level 3, he's kind of like in his own league. You don't really play him like any of these other level 3s. Well, first of all, because you can't actually Digivolve him on top of a yellow Digi-Egg, right? He doesn't have a Digivolve cost. You can't Digivolve him, and he can only be Digivolved into Digimon on top of him. Have to be Lucemon, which we currently don't have any other Lucemon in the Digimon TCG right now, so he's just like him, and it's just this, and that's what you get. But he is a very cool card when you do have 10 or more cards in your trash, and which is why I'm playing this in a purple build. You actually get to reduce his play cost by 8, so instead of a 13 he becomes a 5, and he has that Magna Angemon effect where whenever he is played you get recovery +1 from your deck. So he's really cool effect, basically a cheaper Magna Angemon with some abusable properties. The fact he's a level 3, and also he's 10,000, by the way. This little guy is 10,000. The fact that he's a level 3 means that he works with a lot of the recursion cards in both yellow decks and purple. In this specific build, I'll get to that in a second, but you don't really play him like any of these other level 3s off here. So he is technically one, but he's honestly more of a mega, because you don't want to see him opening hand, and if you do, you want to discard him somehow. You don't ever want to play this card for 13 because you have ways of getting around that. Alright, so then anyways, for the other cards here, now these ratios are getting very weird, just because I had to make room for lots of option cards. I think I showed those at the top a little bit, and then just some of the other megas and stuff. But the only champions I'm playing is the Blocker Devimon from the starter deck. Awesome card, just for a 1 to Digivolve, you get a solid blocker on the field. So I'm a huge fan of cheap Digivolving champions. So yeah, definitely wanted to play for him. And then also for Wizardmon. Wizardmon's already good by himself, just because he has that draw 1 when deleted effect, and he's only a 4 to play. However, since you are playing a lot of yellow cards in this deck, I'm playing Bushi Agumon and Lucemon, he does oftentimes get that retaliation ability, where whenever he is deleted after losing a battle, delete that Digimon instead. So it's just all answers to a lot of things, and I wanted to make room for the retaliation Devimon, just because I'm not playing him, but Wizardmon kind of fulfills that role already, so I'm not missing out too badly by not playing that guy. Okay, so then for the ultimates, I'm playing 3 Pumpkinmon. This guy's low-key slept on. I haven't like played him too much, but in this deck, like I said, it's just very reliant on having 10 cards in the trash, and you just want to cycle through your deck as much as possible. So if somehow they get rid of one of your level 6s, you can trigger that on deletion ability. And then of course, you guys know my favorite ultimate in purple is Lady Devimon. The ability to, whenever you activate an option card, delete one of your opponent's level 3s. Not actually restricted to purple option cards, by the way. And I'm not only playing purple option cards in this build. And then just the ability where you get to draw 2, discard 2 helps out this deck so much. It turbos through your deck. It helps you set up your trash. Just so many good effects right there. Alright, so then for the level 6s, very interesting lineup. So I'll explain like these weird ratios. So for Anubismon, this guy is new out of Great Legend. He has a very awesome effect where whenever you Digivolve, he's only 3 to Digivolve, which is nice. And you get to play a level 3 Digimon, right? No color restriction. You get to play a level 3 Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. So that includes Lucemon. That's kind of the main concept behind this deck, is you want to get him out as much as possible. And Lucemon has no restrictions on like when you can activate recovery, like your security doesn't have to be 3 or less or anything, and Anubismon doesn't restrict you from like not getting one plate effects. You actually do get one plate effects. So you can play Lucemon, you can get Bushiagumon, you can get any of these guys, and the other nice thing is that he gives any Digimon that is summoned, played from your trash, the rush effect. So it gives all of those cards, including Lucemon, 10,000 level 3, he gives him Rush. So that is just amazing. Multiple very good effects with this card, and I think we might see a lot of Anubismon going forward. Only 2 Mastamon, because this deck is a little bit like, it's very risky. I'm not, the only like recovery card I'm playing is Lucemon. You could definitely splash in like Magna Anjumon, or some other cards if you want to play like a more mixed build. This is like purple with some like yellow support, but Mastamon is just very risky. So the idea is like you Digivolve Mastamon, trash one of your opponent's security cards and yours, and then get back Lucemon, because, you know, Mastamon has no restrictions, level 3 or level 4 or lower, yellow or purple Digimon, you get to play Lucemon, get that recovery, so basically only your opponent is negging. So it's really good in that regard. And then of course, you know, you can always bring back maybe a Wizardmon or a Devimon if you want like a blocker or something. So Mastamon is just very versatile. But sometimes when you're like playing this deck, and like let's say you don't have a Lucemon in this deck, and you know, I'm playing Blinding Light, so that's already getting rid of your security. It can be a little bit risky to play like more than a couple copies of this, but I think it could work. The 2 was fine for me. And then just the last mega here, I have Lilithmon, because I am playing a couple of purple option cards, not too many, but Lilithmon is just another like mega I decided to play, and she's just really good playing it with Jackraid. And then speaking of all these option cards and these tamers, so like I mentioned, Jackraid and Blinding Light, these are the memory option cards for yellow and purple, so akin to something like Vulcan's Hammer. These cards are very good, especially Blinding Light, where you get to trash the top card of your security and then gain 2 memory. Gaining memory is always good in Digimon. It will always be good, and 2 memory as opposed to 1 from something like Vulcan's Hammer is fantastic. This speeds up your deck a lot, but at the same time, like I said, it is risky, so that's why I'm playing like this in tandem with Lucemon. And if you were playing a pure yellow build, you know, yellow has access to a lot of recovery cards, so it's good. And then Jackraid here, for every 10 cards in your trash, gain 1 memory. I'm not, like, this ratio is weird. Let me know if you guys test this out. Like, feel free to play these cards and mess around with the ratios and stuff, but you really don't want to see this card opening turn, and like you don't want to see this card in your security, so hence why like I'm not playing more than 2 of this, and like you don't want to draw this like ever like first turn. And if you do, like 1 is okay, but like multiples is bad, because it takes a couple of turns to like set up 10 cards in your trash, and then after that you start steamrolling. But Jackraid does have a fantastic security effect, has that Vulcan's Hammer effect where you gain 2, so that can be a turn ender. That's a really good security effect, which why I can see like people playing for this. Like both of these cards are like very good. I just like, I don't know, it is hard for me to like pick and choose which ones I wanted. But anyways, the last couple cards here, I'm playing 2 TK because I am playing a lot of yellow cards in this deck, so you typically always get that recovery. And then 2 Kari here. She is the purple Kari out of BT4. Whenever your security is trashed or your security is reduced, you get to suspend her and gain 1 memory. So if you activate Blinding Light and you have Kari, that's actually +3 memory. Or if you activate something like Mastamon, you actually gain a memory from that too. So that's really cool. And then the last couple of cards for like the Digi-Eggs, I'm playing 4 Demi-Meramon, of course, because this is mainly a purple deck, and I'm just trying to turbo through it. And then 1 Koromon, because I am playing Bushi-Agumon, so that comes up occasionally. And then I also just wanted like another target if I didn't have the TK, or if I didn't have any of these guys on the field, I could have something to activate Blinding Light with. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for more Digimon content. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time.